Members of the MSU women's swim team are making a splash in federal court tonight in an effort to save their sport. They filed a lawsuit over plans to end the men's and women's programs after this season. 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson tells us the lawsuit accuses the university of discrimination.
There were lots of options for budget cuts, but this decision, this attorney says, adversely impacts women.
Both my parents were collegiate swimmers. They met, and that is kind of how, I guess, my story started, not to be too cheesy.
Michigan State University junior Madeline Riley was courted by other university swim teams, but she says she chose MSU. When the pandemic first hit, she and her teammates worried about what it meant for their futures as athletes.
All throughout the summer and all throughout the beginning of the fall, we asked Bill Beekman about our security as student athletes on the swim team at Michigan State, and he always reassured us that the elimination of teams at Michigan State would never be an issue.
Then in October, athletic director Bill Beekman announced the swim and diving program would be eliminated.
We never saw this coming. We were completely misinformed throughout this entire time.
Beekman said they don't have a regulation pool, but the swim team disagrees.
Our pool is 6 lanes. It's 25 yards. It's a regulation-sized pool in the NCAA guidelines.
Ultimately, Beekman blamed budget issues.
The budget issue is not a defense to Title IX.
Attorney Jill Zwagerman says that's just an excuse, and it's a decision that puts MSU in a more severe violation of Title IX.
Prior to cutting swimming and diving, needed to add 42 women to be in compliance.
What's more, Zwagerman says MSU has been padding their athletic teams in an attempt to appear as though they are attempting to comply with Title IX.
There's a significant amount of cross-country runners who aren't participating in any cross-country meets, but they're being counted like they are.
The lawsuit filed today asks for a judge to reinstate the women's swim team and that the school be made to comply with Title IX across the board in regards to participation, scholarships, and treatment of female athletes.
We're tired of our voices being silenced, and we want to be heard, and we want the ability for young females all over the world to compete.
This attorney says she's won other similar lawsuits, and she hopes to get a court date as soon as February. I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
We'll be watching. Thank you, Jennifer Ann.